Once you're ready, we will chant some ohms together. So go ahead and just come to a still position. Get really long to the sides of the body to keep the shoulders relaxed. And take a nice deep breath in. Really feel the vibration. Inhale. Last one. Continue with your long, deep breaths. Notice the sensation as the breath enters your nose, fills your chest, and expands your belly. And then the sensation as it exits out. And maybe you use your abdominal muscles to force the air up and out. Nice deep inhales, deep exhales. Starting to move with the breath. Bring your hands down to your sides. Reach up overhead on the inhale. And on the exhale, press palms into one another. Draw hands through heart center and down to your sides. Inhale, arms up. And exhale them down. Take a few more, moving at the pace of your own breath. Maybe making it a goal today to really connect the breath to the movement. Creating a lot of control with the breath. A bit of a moving meditation. The next time your arms are up overhead, clasp your hands, bring them behind your neck. And then press your head into your hands into your head. Create a little engagement. Get longer through the sides of the body, and then take a little side bend to the right. Not going too deep because we need that core strength to keep us lifted, staying rooted in the right hip. Come back to center side, bend over to the other side. I forgot what side I said first, and then I said right hip. But you want to be grounded through the opposite hip from the way you're leaning. Come back to center. Take it one more time to the other side. Back to center and the other side. Come back to center. Again, let's move into a tabletop position. When you're in your tabletop, spread your fingers wide, press the palms into the mat. Maybe you want to bring the hands just a little bit wider. We sort of underestimate sometimes or overestimate the width of our shoulders or our hips. So once you're there, I want to play with the shoulders just a little bit. So just sort of, I'm not going to take a cat-cow yet. Press into the mat and sort of see if you can expand through the back, just pressing the shoulders forward. And then release down, allowing the shoulder blades to come together. So it's not fully a cat-cow. This is all coming from the shoulders. Press the mat away and kind of curl it through the upper body. And then release down, letting the shoulder blades come together. Take that again. Press it away. So it's almost like it's just a little sort of a shoulder push-up. Take a couple more. And then come back to neutral, and this time we're going to move the shoulders up towards up towards your head, kind of reaching the tailbone back, and then pull the shoulders back towards the bottom of the mat as you reach the crown of your head forward. I know this is kind of a weird shape, and kind of keep moving backwards and forwards, but we're going to work into the shoulders, and we're going to use the strength and these movements of the shoulders to get us into some arm balances today. And then come back to neutral. Let's warm up the spine with some cats and cows. Drop your belly, gaze up for cow. And then press the mat away, curl for cat. Inhale to cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Tuck your toes, lift your knees an inch above the mat. Continue through your cows and cats, moving with your own breath, creating a little bit of fire as we go. Take one more round. And then from your neutral spine, start to straighten the legs, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Once you're there, take whatever movement feels good, working out the kinks of the morning, of the cold weather. Maybe taking a little side to side, bending your knees. And then when you're ready, settle into your down dog, gaze towards the back of the mat, connect to the breath. Find your Ujjayi breath, making that nice loud sound, reminding you to follow. Come out into a high plank pose. Once you're in your high plank, gaze is out long, belly hugs in, and heels reach towards the back of the space. Take those little shoulder push-ups. So you're just gonna press the upper back up, and then let the shoulders fall, bring the shoulder blades closer to one another. So we're not bending the elbows at all. This is all coming from the upper back and shoulders. Press it away and curl the upper back and release it down. Then come back to your neutral plank position. Step the right foot out to the right, left foot out to the left. So you're in sort of a straddle over the mat. And then bring the right foot back in, left foot back in. We'll take it on the other side, starting with the left foot out, right foot out. Left foot in, right foot in. Let's take it again. Right, right. Right, left, right, left. Left, right, left, right. Now you can continue with these, or you can take them into a little jumping jack. Popping out and back in. It just depends on what you want today. Wherever you are, take one more round, and then press back, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath, and then travel your feet to meet your hands at the top of the mat for ragdoll pose. Take any version that feels good to you this morning. So maybe the hands are connected to opposite elbows, but you could also clasp hands and get a little stretch through that place I'm asking you to work in your upper back. You could also just release the arms down and let them pull you down with gravity. Wherever you are, enjoy this nice stretch along the entire back side of the body, up the legs and down the spine. And then heel toe feet together. Root down into the feet to lift you all the way up to standing mountain pose, arms scoop up overhead. Become as tall as you can. Grow through the sides of the body, through the neck, and bring your hands together overhead. And then bring them to heart center, close your eyes. Take a little rock forward and back, heel to toe. Find your center. And then drop hands to your sides. Inhale, arms up overhead. Clasp the thumbs into one another, making this little butterfly shape. And then take a side bend to the right. You can pull with the right thumb onto the left to deepen that side bend. Come back to center and take it to the left. Come back to center, forward fold. Half lift on the inhale. Step back to high plank. Take those step outs or those jacks. Then lower for chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Starting to move with our breath. Inhale here. Exhale, top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up to mountain pose. Clasp the thumbs together. This time start with a bend to the left. Inhale to center, bend right. Inhale to center, fold forward. Half lift on the inhale. Exhale, step back. Take those step outs or the jacks. Lower chaturanga. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, mountain pose. Clasp the thumbs, side bend right. Back to center on the inhale. Exhale to the left. Inhale, center, forward fold. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, step it back. Take those step outs or the jacks. Lower chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog, inhale here. Exhale, top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale up, thumbs together, side bend left. Back to center, side bend right. Back to center, forward fold. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, hands to the mat, step it out or take the jacks. Lower chaturanga. Up dog. Downward facing dog, full round of breath here. On your next inhale, gaze to the top of the mat. Travel feet to meet your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Rise to chair pose. Hips sinking low. Hug the low belly in. Rock your weight into your heels. Then locate your breath. Sink the hips a little lower. Stay with it. Maybe you sink even lower. Bring your arms out in front of you, palms face one another, and then open your left arm behind you for a twist, still sitting low in the chair. Bring the palms back together, open to the right. Bring the palms back together one more time to the left. Palms back together one more time to the right. Come back to chair pose. Inhale here, and then exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the mat, step back, pause here a moment. So as we're building strength, thinking about our future handstands, one option in building strength is to do what I call double down on your chaturangas. So you lower halfway, press back up, then lower, and then come to your up dog. And downward facing dog, just an option for strength building. Inhale the right leg high, point the toes down towards the mat. Re-engage the palms into the mat, then draw knee to chest, hover and hold. Bring it back out long, knee to right elbow. Back out long, knee to left elbow. Back out long. Step through between your hands, rise warrior one. Think about the grounding in through the feet. Maybe you take your stance a little bit longer so you can get deeper in the right knee and square the shoulders towards the front of the space. Press palms together overhead, gaze up towards the palms. One more breath. Frame your front foot, step the right foot back, maybe it floats. Lower, you can double down as an option. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, left leg lifts. Pointing the toes down, creating a nice straight line from fingertips to the left heel. Draw knee to chest, hover, hold, breathe. Bring the left leg back out. Left knee, left elbow. Kick it back out. Bring it to the right elbow. And back out long. Step through between your hands, rise warrior one. Notice what feels different from one side to the other, and then take whatever adjustments you need. Maybe making your stance a little longer, getting nice and deep in that left hip, left knee. Palms pressed together overhead, gaze up. One more breath. Frame your front foot. Step the left foot back, maybe float it, maybe double down, maybe none of that. It's all up to you. Meeting back in downward facing dog, we'll start to flow with the breath. Inhale here. Exhale, top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, twist left. Back to chair, moving with control, twist to the right. Come back to center one more time on each side. Twist to the left. Back to center, twist to the right. Inhale, back to chair pose. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hands to the mat, step back. Chaturanga, maybe you double down, maybe you don't. Meeting back in downward facing dog, right leg rises on the inhale. Step right through between your hands on the exhale. Rise, warrior one on the inhale. Exhale, frame the front foot, step back, chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog, inhale, left leg high. Exhale, step through. Inhale, rise. Exhale, frame the front foot, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, step through. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, frame the front foot, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, step through. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. One more time through at your own pace. Connecting breath to movement. Stay in your downward facing dog for a few breaths. If you would like to get out of it and take a child's pose or get a drink of water, now's a good time to do that. If you've left your down dog, please come back. And once you're there, we'll take a full round of breath. Inhale and exhale. Inhale the right leg high. Exhale, step through between your hands. Inhale, up crescent lunge this time. Back heel stays lifted. And maybe once again, you make your stance a little longer so you can get nice and deep in that right knee. Stay connected to your breath. Hover the back knee an inch above the mat. Goalpost the arms, gaze up. Come back up to crescent lunge. We're going to take a twist to the right. Right arm reaches back, left reaches forward. See if you can bring your gaze to the right side or maybe towards the back of your mat, towards your right thumb. Then bring the right hand to your left thigh. Left arm reaches up and back. Sort of this reverse revolved crescent. Stay in this position, but bring the left hand down to the mat. So you're in a low lunge twist. Gaze up towards this right thumb. Bring the right hand down to the mat. Step the right foot back. Take your flow. Maybe you double down, building some strength. Up dog. Down dog. Left leg lifts on the inhale. Exhale, step through between your hands. Inhale up, crescent lunge. Adjust your stance, get nice and deep. Hover the back knee about an inch above the mat, goalpost the arms, gaze up. Heart is shining forward, breath is long and deep. Come back up, crescent lunge. Open twist to the left. Right arm reaching forward, left arm reaching back. Play with your gaze. Left hand comes to right thigh. Right arm reaches up and back. Right hand comes down to the mat, low lunge twist, gaze up towards the left hand. Bring the right hand down, or the left hand down to the mat, step back, take your flow, and then press back to downward facing dog. We will take that one breath per movement before we start to add on. Inhale the right leg high, exhale, step it through. Inhale, crescent lunge, exhale, goalpost and hover. Inhale, back up, exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, that little reverse crescent twist. Exhale, left hand to the mat, low lunge twist. Inhale here. Exhale, right hand to the mat. Take your flow, maybe you double down. Always the option too to just press right back to down dog. Inhale, the left leg high. Exhale, step through. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, goalpost and hover. Inhale, back up. Exhale, twist left. Inhale, that little reverse twist. Exhale, right hand to the mat, left, low lunge. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale here. Exhale, travel feet to meet your hands, top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale up to chair pose. Come back to it. We've been here once before, but now we're nice and warmed up. So we can get nice and low. We'll take that twist to the left. Swing the left arm down and reach it back behind you for that twist. And then sweep it down to the front, back to your chair pose. We'll go another way. This time bring the arm up and around for the twist, and then up and back. One more way, we're gonna just open it up to the left and come back to center. Now pick which way you liked. Come back to that twist, hold here. Bring your weight to your right foot, lift your left leg up off the mat, and start your right hand down, finding a half moon pose. Flex your left foot. Press the heel towards the space behind you. Left fingertips are reaching up towards the ceiling, reaching up so that you become light in the right hip. You can play with lifting the bottom hand if you'd like. If you've lifted your right hand, bring it back to the mat. We're going to sweep the left hand down and around, keeping the left leg lifted, square the hips, and rise to a warrior three, facing forward. I'm cheating, so I have a wall right in front of me. Makes it harder to get easier, I don't know. One more breath here. Bend the front knee. Reach back. Whoop. Find your crescent lunge. Inhale here. Exhale, goalpost and hover. Inhale, back up. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, take that reverse twisted crescent. Exhale, left hand to the mat, low lunge twist. Inhale here. Exhale, right hand to the mat. Don't go anywhere, we're coming back up. Come back up to crescent lunge on the inhale, and this time open up to warrior two. Once you're in warrior two, get settled. Our hips are open, chest is open, gaze is over the right fingertips, get deep. We'll take one flying warrior, bring the palms up overhead, straighten the front knee, and then once the palms are together, lean back towards the back of the mat, almost like a reverse triangle, but both arms are reaching overhead. Doesn't it feel good in the right side? Come back down even deeper, and we'll take an extended side angle, right forearm to right thigh, left arm lifts overhead. Your core is nice and warm, so that right arm can go anywhere, maybe to the back of the space, maybe to the front. Maybe you're delivering a platter of cookies straight out in front of you. Bring both palms together, straighten the front knee. Again, take that little lean back. And this time we'll come forward into triangle pose. You can walk the back foot in a little bit if you like. Stay really grounded in the feet, lift through the quads. Maybe you gaze up towards your left thumb. Come back up. Hands to your hips, pivot to the front of the mat. You can pop your back foot in for a little more stability, or stay on the ball of the left foot for a little more length in this pose. Reach arms high. Then reach forward and hover here over the front leg. Engage your core to protect your low back. And then fold over the front leg for a pyramid pose. Plant hands on the mat, step the right foot back, pause here, come down to a forearm plank. Press into the palms. Think about that little shoulder engagement, lifting the upper back. Bring your hands together to clasp. Walk your feet in for dolphin pose. Get a nice stretch through the shoulders. And notice if you can push into the elbows and lift a little bit higher through the sides of the body. Walk your feet back, come back to your forearm plank. Come back to tall arms. Take your chaturanga. Double down if you got it. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale here. Exhale, top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Coming into chair pose. Locate your breath once you're there. We're going to take that twist by bringing the right hand down and back, reaching back, and then sweep it down and forward. This time, let's go up and back, and up and forward. This time, we'll just open to the right side. Bring it back close. Choose your favorite method. Stay in that twist. Bring the weight to the left foot, lift the right leg off the mat. Start to straighten the left knee. Left hand reaches down, find your half moon. Start to open up in all directions. Maybe play with where your gaze goes. Down at the mat for more stability. Out to the side. Maybe even up towards the ceiling for a little balance challenge. Sweep the right hand back and down. Pivot the hips. Keep the right leg lifted. Reach the arms forward. Warrior three. Bend the left knee. Reach the right toes back. Find your crescent lunge. Inhale here. Exhale, goal post and hover. Inhale up. Exhale, twist. Inhale to that little reverse crescent. Right hand to the mat, little lunge twist. Inhale. Exhale, left hand to the mat. We're coming back up to crescent lunge. And then opening to warrior two. Nice and open on the left knees, tracking to the outside edge of the left foot. Nice and deep. Straighten through the front knee, palms come together. Take that little bend to the back of the space. Nice stretch through the left side of the body. This time we're coming even deeper into warrior two, extended side angle. And you can play with where that left arm goes. To the back, to the front. I feel like there's a hip hop song to sing along with that. Straighten the front knee, palms come together, take that little reverse. And this time we're coming to triangle pose. You can pop the back foot in a little bit, staying nice and open. Use your core strength to lift you up. Hands come to your hips, pivot to the front of the mat. Pop the back foot in for a little more stability. For a longer stretch, keep it up on the ball of the right foot, arms reach high. Start to hinge forward. Hug belly into the spine in order to protect the low back here. Stay connected to your breath. Hands come to the mat, fold over the front leg. Bend your knee, plant your hands, step back, lower to forearm plank. Engage through the forearms, lift through the upper back. Hands clasp, walk your feet in, find your dolphin pose. Walk the feet back, forearm plank, round a breath here. Come back up to tall arms, take your flow. We'll meet back and down dog. Take a full round of breath once you arrive. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, gaze to the top of the mat, travel feet to meet your hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come to chair pose. Exhale, you choose which way you twist. Come back to center. This time bring hands to heart center. Hinge forward, twist to the left. Left elbow comes to the, or right elbow comes to the left knee. Start to sink the hips down towards the heels. Keep the right elbow where it is. Bring the left elbow to the left hip. Hands come down to the mat. We'll find ourselves moving into side curl. Bring weight into your hands. Bring your weight onto your upper arms. Crown of the head moves towards the direction of your fingertips. Don't look down, look out. Maybe the feet lift. Now, if you just pop right into this, another option is to scoot the elbows over so that the left elbow is not connected to the leg. So that all the weight goes into the right elbow, but the left elbow is still there for support. Play a minute. There's always benefit to having the hands on the mat. We're bringing weight into the hands. Come back to center in your twist. Open the arms into the twist. Lift the right leg. Oh, no, lift the left leg, sorry. Off the mat, reach the right hand down. Find your half moon. Nice and open. Bend the left knee, reach your right hand, or your left hand, back and clasp onto the foot for sugar cane. From sugar cane, start to shift, keeping the position, shift your gaze down, and then start to reach the right hand forward, coming into dancer pose, start to lift up. Come on. All the way up to a one-legged mountain. Cross the left leg over the right. We'll come down to a standing figure four. Hands can stay reaching up towards the ceiling, or they can come to heart center. And get a little deeper, get a nice stretch through the left hip. The left foot is flexed. And if you've got a flying warrior, or you want to try it, reach down for the mat. Bend into the right knee until your hands are flat on the mat. Lay the shin across the upper arms. You need to use that left foot to hook onto the right upper arm. Gaze always is out in front of you. And then maybe that back foot lifts. Whatever version of this you have taken, come back to your one-legged mountain. Reach the left foot back. Crescent lunge, something familiar. Inhale. Exhale, goalpost and hover. Inhale up. Exhale to the twist. Inhale to reverse the twist. Exhale, low lunge. Twist. Right hand comes down to the mat. Inhale, back up, crescent lunge. Exhale, open warrior two. Straighten the front leg, the palms come together. Take that little reverse triangle with the hands together. Come back down into extended side angle. Full round of breath. Come back up, take that little reverse triangle again. Come back to triangle pose. Full round of breath. Come back up, hands to your hips. Pivot to the front. Maybe you do the same version you did last time. Maybe you do the other version with the foot popped in or popped out. Reach up, hinge forward, breathe here. Hands come down to the mat, hang down over the right knee. Bend the right knee, plant your hands, step the right foot back, come down to your forearm plank. Engage your breath here. Press down into the elbows to lift up through the back. Clasp your hands. Walk your feet in, find a dolphin pose. If you'd like to play with a little headstand here, you can place your head just inside of the clasped hands, but stay engaged into the elbows. So you're always pressing down, doing those little shoulder push-ups. Then walk your feet in until the hips are stacked over the shoulders and the legs become light. You can stay in a little squat or extend the legs overhead. Always the option to stay in dolphin pose. And if you're done playing, walk back out into your forearm plank. Take a breath. Come up to tall arms. Lower chaturanga. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Let's try it on the other side. Inhale. Exhale, top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, twist to the right. Back to chair. This time, hands to heart center. Hinge forward. Twist right. The left elbow hooks on the right knee. Start to lower down to sit on your heels. Left elbow stays at the right knee. Right elbow comes to the right hip. Hands down to the mat. Fingers are spread wide. Think about that motion of pressing into the hands and creating that little shoulder push-up. Don't look down. And if that's easy for you, slide it over. Let the right hand take a little less of the weight. Play here another minute. Always stay connected to the breath wherever you are. Come back to center, back to your twist. Arms reach out. This time lift the right leg up off the mat. Left hand comes down, open up to half moon. Bend the right knee, reach the right hand back, find sugar cane. Nice and open, nice deep quad stretch. Shift your gaze down towards the mat and start to press down into your foot to rise up. Left hand lifts towards the front of the space, finding dancer. Come up into a one-legged mountain. Moving into that standing figure four, right leg crosses over the left, sink the hips down. Hands can come to heart center. You can stay here, you can play maybe with getting a little lower. Hands can come down to the mat. And if you're there, bend deep into the left knee, lay the shin across the upper arms, hook the right toes onto the left arm, gaze out in front of you, bring the weight into your hands, and maybe the back foot lifts. Whatever version you've taken, start to come up and out. Back to one-legged mountain. Reach the left foot back, find your crescent lunge. Inhale here. Exhale, goalpost and hover. Inhale, back up. Exhale, twist left. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side, or lunge, little lunge twist. Left hand comes back down, rise back up, crescent lunge. Open up, warrior two. Take that flying warrior, reach to the back. Come back down, extended side angle, full rounded breath. Come back up. Take that little reverse triangle, and then moving into triangle pose. Come back up, pivot to the front of the mat. Reach the arms high, hug the belly in, hinge forward, hover, breathe. Hands come down to the mat, step it back, forearm plank. Last time of this, I promise. Get all the strength you're building. You guys are gonna pop right into handstands and you see you later next week. Hands clasped, walk the feet in. If you want another shot at headstand, you can go for it here. If you prefer to try a forearm stand, you can do that as well. Think about those shoulder push-ups. Think about walking the feet in, even if you just stay right there. Engage the core, press down into the elbows. And come back to dolphin pose. Back to forearm plank, full breath. Back up to tall arms, chaturanga. Up dog. Downward facing dog, bring your knees wide on the mat, sit the hips to your seat. Take a well-deserved child's pose. When you're ready, come back up to downward facing dog. Take a nice full round of breath. Then travel feet to meet your hands at the top of the mat. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up, mountain pose. Bring your feet as wide as the mat or maybe a little bit wider. Take a little flowy movement here. So bring palms together, lower down. Don't go all the way down because we're coming back up on the inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. I think these feel really good. Let's do a couple more. Really connecting the breath. And then this time come all the way down into Malasana, yogi squat. Elbows press into the knees, palms press into one another. So you can sit tall, get a little more length through the sides of the body. Lift your heels up off the mat and then lower them back down. Lift the heels and lower. Lift and lower. Lift, and this time slowly, really slow. Rise up to standing. It's gonna be really shaky, and that's okay. Once you're at the top, release the heels down, arms sweep up overhead. One more time, lower. This time, bring the right hand down to the outside of the right foot, and the left arm reaches up for a twist. If you have a bind here, you can reach the right arm underneath the right shin. Left hand comes behind the small of the back, and maybe the hands clasp there. You can look over your left shoulder. Come back to the center. We'll take that to the other side. Left hand reaches out, right arm reaches high. You can take the bind as well. Undo the bind, come back to center. This time, just bring the hips high. Come to a forward fold. The feet are a little wider than hips width. But maybe you hold onto your big toes and get a nice deep fold. Maybe sway the hips side to side or rock the torso side to side. And then when you're ready, just bring your seat down to your heels. Come into a seated position. I'll take a seated forward fold. Feet are flexed out in front of you. Arms reach high. Tilt the pelvis forward. We're not slouching on the couch. Come tall, long through both sides, and then reach out long. And when you're ready, let everything fold down. One more breath here, soak it in. Come back up tall, hug the right knee in, and then cross the right foot over your left thigh. Hug it, maybe you can take a little rock of the right hip. And then place the right foot down outside of the left thigh, and we'll take a twist. Right hand comes behind you. You can gaze over the right shoulder, still hugging the right knee in, or you can bring the left elbow for a little deeper stretch to the right knee. Come back around, leave the right foot where it is, but turn it so that it's perpendicular, making like a T with the left leg. Left hand comes about a foot out behind you. Start to reach for the left foot. If you can't reach it, maybe a towel or a strap can help. Once you have that, lift it up off the mat. Press down into your right foot and your left hand. Lift your hips up off the mat. We're finding a little baby grasshopper. It's just a baby. Use your breath. And release it down. Uncross the right leg. Let's take it on the left side. Hug the left knee in. We'll take a little rock of the left hip. And place the right foot, the left foot outside of the right thigh. Look over the left shoulder. Take that twist and deepen it by bringing that elbow to the knee. Come back around. Keep the left foot sort of like that T shape. Right hand comes out about a foot behind you. Reach with your left hand for your right foot. Lift it up off the mat. Press down into the right foot and the left foot and the right hand. It all gets mixed up when you're in these twisty positions. And then release back down. Place hands behind you. Lift the hips up into a reverse tabletop. Press the hips up. Keep your gaze either out in front of you with your chin tucked, or if it feels okay, you can release it all the way back. You keep it somewhere in the middle. It's a lot of tension on the neck. Feel the openness in the shoulders. We did a lot of chaturangas, a lot of shoulder push-up type work as we work through those arm balances. Now press strong into your palms. Keep your heels where they are as you start to lower your seat, but stay lifted. Building just a little more strength here. Come back up, reverse tabletop. And then lower and hover the hips. Try one more time. Reverse tabletop. Lower and hover. Release the seat down to the mat, coming all the way onto your back. Cross the right leg over the left. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Maybe reach for your feet. These are like cow face legs, but I always think of motorcycle handlebars. Not that I ride a motorcycle, but you can get this a little deeper by feeling as though you're pulling your feet in opposite directions. So the left foot is moving further to the right and right foot is moving further to the left. You can also bring it closer towards you. Wherever you are, reconnect to your breath. Send your breath a little love and affection to your hips. Release your feet, unwind the legs, and come to a happy baby. Pretty much the opposite of that pose. So somebody asked me what we say the word hip opener. We mean a lot of different things, right? So first we open the outsides of the hips. Now we're opening more the insides of the hips, the hip flexors. Lots of different places in the hips that need opening. Release your feet, this time cross the left knee over the right. Hug the knees in towards your chest, and if you can reach, hold onto your feet. Bring them in. And you can pull them out towards the sides or bring them in closer to you if you want something a little deeper. Release your feet. Let's take happy baby again. Come on, that counter pose. And if it feels good, you can straighten one leg and then the other. Getting into the hamstrings. You can straighten both. Bring your feet down to the mat. We'll take a couple of bridge poses. We'll start with a regular bridge pose. Press down into your feet, lift the hips, and clasp hands, shimmy the shoulders underneath you. Start to move the weight into your left foot and lift the right foot just an inch off the mat. Now I'm guessing if I can see you, you're probably 6 inches to a foot off the mat, so lower down, you're just an inch hovered. Harder, right? Lower the right foot and lift the left foot just an inch. Just a little. Bring the left foot back down to the mat. Re-engage into the heels, lift the hips a little higher. Take a couple of deep breaths. And then release down to the mat, let the knees windshield wiper side to side. And for this next one, you can come back to a bridge pose. If you need some rest right now, you can send a pillow or a block underneath you and take a supported bridge. If you'd like to take wheel, bring feet to the mat, similar to a bridge pose. Hands come next to your ears, fingers pointing towards your shoulders. First, press into your feet, then press down and away into your palms as you lift up. One more breath wherever you are. Release all the way down to the mat. Hug your knees into your chest. And bring your feet down to the mat. Shift your hips an inch to the right. Cross your right leg over the left and let that whole shape fall to the left side. Arms can come to a capital T, and for the deepest stretch, you can gaze over the right shoulder. Come back to center, uncross the legs. Shift your hips over to the left. Cross the left knee over the right. Send that over to the right side and gaze over your left shoulder. Back to center, uncross the knees, bring the hips back to center, feet come together, knees come wide, Supta Baddha Konasana, hands come into the same shape up overhead. Take a couple more deep breaths before we rest. You can stay here for Shavasana, or you can reach the arms and legs long on the mat. If you're near a wall or a piece of furniture, I strongly encourage you to take legs up the wall, bringing the hips close to the wall. Legs come vertical, allowing the legs to become light. Release your breath. Stay present here for just a few more minutes of our practice together. If you have more time and would like to stay here and rest a little longer, feel free. If you're ready to move, start with a deep breath. Reach arms up overhead, take a full body stretch. Come on to one side, sending yourself gratitude for the work you did today, building some arm and core strength so you'll be ready for next week. And then come up to a seated position. We'll close by chanting Om one last time together. Exhale out all existing air. Take a nice full inhale. Bring hands to heart center. Thank you for choosing yoga and sharing it with me this morning. Hands to third eye center, bowing forward. Namaste.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.